Hello and welcome to Math 1324. I'm your instructor, Clifton Parrish. You can see I've already pulled up the course here in Blackboard, Math 1324, and you can see some little content areas on the left over here. Let me go ahead and turn on Student Preview so it looks like what you'll see. You'll just see these content areas, so announcements, that's what usually pulls up at first. You can see announcements. Announcements will also be emailed to you, so a copy of this. And then lessons, that's where you go to actually do work. Then my grades, that's where you view your grades. Yeah, tutoring is free. Course evaluation, that's later on. Class notes, that's copies of notes I have out there for you, blank ones, and also filled in. So if you're wondering everything I show in a video, there's a version of it out here. And then deadlines, we'll look at that in a minute. And textbook link and ICR syllabus. So let's just start with that textbook link. That's a quick one. Hop there. Close a couple of these extra tabs. So you can pull the textbook down. I don't follow it rigorously. It's a college algebra textbook. This is a business math really course. So we use parts of this, and I will provide a little bit later in a week or two a nice little breakdown of every lesson and which part of the book it goes with. Also, we have ICR syllabus. That's out there because a lot of students don't like finding it on WebAdvisor, I find. And let's see how long it takes to load. They don't like pulling it off of WebAdvisor, finding it WebAdvisor. And it has one section that is very popular. Wow, it is a slow load. All right, I'm watching the little blue thing go across, and that should be it. Okay, if you go down a little ways in it, these things are hard to navigate, but you see this little chart here. This is the delicious part here. So you can see that how many points you need for an A. I'm doing a little differently this semester with this course where I'm trying points instead of averages. So you don't have to count averages, just add up the points that you've got so far that go toward it. There'd be about 25 quizzes. And so that's the scale. So if, as soon as you have 366 points, you got at least a D. As soon as you got 549 or more points, you've got an A. So it's pretty easy. And there's some other stuff here, but I'll show you that in a minute. All right, so coming back over to this, that was ICBR. We did the textbook deadlines. Let's look at deadlines for a moment. This is very good for monitoring how far you're going and when you need to be where for our course. So what I have here is each month day, the lessons, and then a suggested and a final deadline. And the green suggested deadline, what you get for this, your motivation is if you complete by this day, so exam 1, September 8th, midnight, if you complete it, you get a 5 bonus points, early bonus. I call it a tech bonus, so it's a early tech bonus. And same for each exam. If you complete by the green date, you get bonus points. So I highly recommend doing that. It's like 20 points or 25 points. If you wait to this, I call this a hard deadline. So maybe don't wait until an hour before that deadline and have a problem, because that's when it's got to be in. And then these are all the ones that go with it. So 1, 1A, 2, 3, 3A, 4, and 5 go with exam 1 roughly. And this may vary a little bit. 5 and, you'll see because I have all the lessons organized by exam. But that's roughly true. And this is about as many. There may be 26 or 24 lessons when we're done. I may change it as we move through and I see how you guys are doing, because I do monitor the course and change it accordingly. And sometimes I go deeper into things, and sometimes I go lighter into certain things. Okay, so that's pretty good. You can monitor your progress there. I do have a lot of students complete early in this course online. It seems like within 8 weeks, I usually have half the students done. So just something to keep in mind. I encourage you to move ahead quickly, but you don't have to. I don't mind at all if you wait until the last day. I just, if the last day of the final, I'm going to be a little nervous. You're going to start getting emails from me. And also each week, if you're just following this schedule, I might encourage you with an email. I'm going to say, hey, I noticed you're following the minimum schedule there. How's it going? And be sure just to send me an email to let me know how you're doing. If you're struggling to, I'll try to give you an extra day or something, or I might extend a bonus if you got a reason and you tell me not the day of, or something like that. Okay, so deadlines, class notes. This is where you can find all the notes for the class. It's on a Google Share Drive, just because Blackboard is not nice about space. It's by exam, so if you look at the exam 1 notes, you can see everything's in here twice. You say, why is it twice, Parrish? And the answer is this one has blanks in it. This one, even though it looks like blanks, if I open it up, it has the scribble. So this is the one that from the video that you see, or it's close to the one in the video. Sometimes I'll put a correction in. There are a couple little errors in there, and I'll try to go back and fix those as we find them or whatever. But just if you'll be patient with me on that. I'm making all these videos for you guys. It's the first time I've done this class on video format like this. But I have done several other courses this year already, and they're wildly successful. And by that, I mean a lot more A's and B's than I normally get, which is usually a lot. Okay, so let's see here. Let's do a lesson just for fun. If you go in here under lessons, you'll see this jump in video, and there will be a Proctorio setup quiz and Proctorio and all that stuff soon. I'll give you guys another video on that. But so exam 1, let's get you started. Come in here. There's a video you can watch, and then after each video, except for the first one. So here's a video and then a quiz, and then a video and then a quiz. That's the format. That's how you work this whole course. You go through all these videos and quizzes. There'll be a couple more in here, and then there will be an exam, and it's a practice exam and then a real exam. So let's look at a quiz for this first one. Let's just see if, so let's say you watched the video and you're ready to take that practice quiz, it's called. So you come in here, you're going to evaluate some expressions. So that looks like 14. Don't remember trying to forget the numbers and evaluate them yourself. And then this here looks like maybe I need to get a few right to show you things. So I'm going to do my best at that. And then, oh, wow, that's fun. Maybe, if I'm remembering correctly. So, and I didn't answer question 5, I'll leave that blank. Okay, so let's see what I scored. It says I scored 80, and it gives me the answers. And this is the practice quiz. You can take it again if you had an error or something, that's fine. And so you see here, I didn't get it right. It shows me the answer so I can try to figure out what that is. And you can always send me an email if you have a question. So that's fun, I did that. But then now you see that after I took that practice quiz and I scored at least a 60%, I had an 80 in there. It opened up the real quiz, and this is for credit now. So you can take the practice quiz as many times as you want, but the real quiz, you only get one shot. So let's go in and take it. Let's just see. The real quiz, it'll be very similar. Some answers. Again, try not to look at those. I don't know, maybe. And then, oh. I want to say, I don't know. Let's see how that does. You'll know soon. Okay, so then, and I'll tell you what my answer was, and then I've submitted it, and that was fun, right? So that one's done. You can't take it again now if you've done that. I'm in preview. So let's look at the grades and see, because, after you do something, you want to see how far you got. You can see here that quiz average is 80%. I made an 80 on that last quiz. This one, the real one. The practice one, I had an 80 as well, but that doesn't count for anything. This 3.52 is what counts. See here for lesson 1, real quiz. It doesn't look like many points, but those points are adding up. So you see here's the total. As you take quizzes, that'll add up. And once you get to whatever, 459 or whatever I showed you under ICR, you'll know what so this is how you can kind of watch your grade and see how it's doing and know where you are at that point, like for the whole deal. And then you can see this Quizmaster level. This is looking at your average quiz, which is this here. As you take quizzes, this will move around a little bit. If it's 80 or higher, it'll give you like competent. This is level, and there's different levels. It's like Bender or Master. There's different ones, so you'll see it kind of hop around a little bit. And maybe you'll get the highest level. It's 100, so that's possible. And then, all right, so you take the quiz. That's what you do is you watch the lessons, you take the quizzes, and at the end of each of those lessons, I don't have it in here yet, but in a couple of days I'll have exam 1, and there'll be a practice version of exam 1, which you take just like the practice quiz as much as you want. It'll show you the answers, and then as soon as you get 60 or higher on that practice exam, it'll open up the real exam, which you don't have to take. You can still play with the practice, but it'll open it up, and then when you're ready, take the real exam. You'll have about an hour and a half or 2 hours to take it in one shot, and you got to take it at one shot there. Also, the quizzes are open book, open notes, but the exams are not. The real ones, the practice, who cares? But the real exam, you can have a calculator and some paper, scratch paper, and pencil, that kind of thing. But no phones or other windows or anything like that are up. So that's how it works. You take the exams, and then when you're done working through all 4 exams, there'll be a final exam. There'll be a practice 1 and a real one. And there's nothing sneaky in the exams. They're made up of quiz problems with different numbers. And I just change the numbers in them. And then the same thing with the final exam. I use some problems from each exam, and then I'll make the practice final exam. And if you're good with the practice on all these exams and quizzes, if you're good with the practice one, you'll be really good with the real one. So you don't have to worry about any really sneaky things happening in there. Plus, there's some bonuses to take care of. Like I said, if you do it a little bit early, you'll get that extra 5 points. That's like a free problem on each one. So I feel like I'm talking on a little too long with you guys. Send me an email if you just want to touch base or say hi, and I'm happy to help you with questions as we move through. Have a great day. I'll see you this week at some time. I'll have a live meeting that's optional. And otherwise, just send me an email if you feel like you're being neglected a little bit, and I'll probably reach out to you in the next week anyway, just to say hi. So have a good day.